You want to make money working for yourself. You want a side hustle, or you want to even quit the 9 to 5 and go all in. But you haven't made money yet, or maybe you've made a little bit. You've charged a few dollars, maybe you made a few hundred or even a few thousand, and you're getting antsy, you're getting worried because you're not exactly sure what you're supposed to be keeping track of, if you're supposed to be an LLC or an S corp or a sole proprietor, or maybe you don't even know those terms right now and it's making you anxious. And what you're doing is just putting it to the side. I'll get to it later. Or in April or March, I'll go to H&R Block and I'll just have them do it and figure it out. I need you to understand that right now, you watching this video is really important. You did a really good thing by clicking on this video because we're going to make it a little easier for you. I'm going to tell you something. So I'm Arlan, if you haven't met me yet. About ten years ago, I was homeless, sleeping on the floor of an airport and other things. Today, I've invested in more than 200 startups. And I've also generated millions of dollars for myself. I've helped thousands of people make money online. And I'm really real about money, okay? Because I think that there's a lot of shame that's associated with money and making money or not making money. And I want to tell you that I have had in the past so many different situations before I knew better where I owed taxes and I didn't realize it, or I was supposed to pay the state because I had an LLC that I opened because I thought that was the right thing to do. But then I didn't know about the fee that you have to pay every year. You know, certain things would pop up and I would just be caught off guard and I would get in trouble or I wouldn't get in trouble, but I would feel terrible. And now I have full on like accounting, CPAs, multiple lawyers. And I make so much money that I need to have all of that. But because I work with people, especially in Your First 5K, my online free membership linked below, which you can get to at Arlen's Your First 5K, because I work with so many people who I'm teaching how to make their first $100 or their first 300 or first 1,000 or first 5K, I get questions all the time of like, what am I supposed to do now? And I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a lawyer. I have none of those skills. So I'm not here to act as that. I should not take the place of that. Nothing on YouTube should take the place of a professional helping you in your city, your state, your country. But what I can do and what I have done is I've built a free resource for you. And I'm very proud of it and very excited for you to use it because I think it's going to help a lot of people. I hope that thousands and thousands of people, solopreneurs, 9 to 5ers who have a side hustle, coaches, creators, I hope so many people use this so that they can have a better understanding and grasp on their own like their own business financing and income. So I'm going to show you what it is, but I'm also going to tell you, well, I'll show you what it is and it'll walk us through a couple of things. So here's the site. You go to myincomeassistant.com. It's live right now. It's ready to take you on. Come on, it's free. And first it tells you like who it's for, and it helps you set up your first 5K side business the smart way. If you've made more than 5K, by the way, you can use this. In fact, there are some very advanced features that I've added already so that anyone can use this. And it is not like something where you plug in all of your expenses. You can upload certain things to get understanding of it, but you don't use it as like that back end. So it is much I wanted to make it like more safe and more compliant than going all the way there, but it'll help you a ton. So what does it do? It says, see what this tool does. So what it has is, first of all, you'll do a quiz that lets you know your personalized next steps. So even if you only use it for this first thing on the screen here, it is so worth your 5, 10, 20 minutes that you can spend. You can even do it while you're listening to this video because Everybody is a little different. Everybody is in a little different place, but we're all in this together. And there are just a few nuanced things that will tell you, okay, this is where you are. Everything's okay. This is what you might want to do next. This is where we suggest you do next. Okay. And if you are outside of the United States, you can still use this free resource. You'll just have a little bit different outcomes because we cannot, or not outcomes, outputs, because we cannot give you as much information. But you can still do a lot of the stuff that's here. You also get an expense tracker, and the expense tracker is really cool because you do need to be tracking how much you're spending and how much you're making, no matter where you are. If you just sold something for $99, track it. Have it somewhere in a Google Doc or some sort of spreadsheet. And if not, you can use this, which you can sign into. You can download things and have all kinds of information that you can keep on your own laptop or your own phone. And you wouldn't replace anything with this, okay? But it will help you see what needs to be tracked, what's an expense, etc., or business expense. Then it gives you an estimated tax savings planner, so that'll help you a ton. It gives you state information, compliance warnings. It gives you a checklist for when you do have an accountant. It tells you what you can give to the accountant to save some money on their hours or their onboarding process. It has an income tracker. So let's say you're being paid by School and Stan and Stripe, all the S's. Well, this will help you keep up all three with what is coming in. It'll just help you upload it. Okay, you're not going to upload social security numbers or anything super sensitive. That's not what this is. But it'll help you. And let me tell you, this free resource is more than like most people get with their accounting. Like it really is. And it's what a lot of people are paying their accountants to do or their bookkeepers to do. So if you even if you have like an assistant, they can help you with this too. Has a platform report checklist. It has entity decision center. So this is a huge one. Okay. So that setup quiz with your personalized next steps and this entity decision center, which is, am I a sole proprietorship? Am I an LLC? Am I an S Corp? What am I? Year-end record summary. So you can actually take the things that you put in here, which are protected. There's a terms of service, tells you what you can put in, what you can't put in, what happens to that information. Everything's in the terms of service that's clickable. Um, but it takes that and just gives you something you can hand over to an H&R Block or hand over to your accountant. And then it gives you some beginner friendly lessons because I'm always here to give you information. Now, I've already started, so I'm going to sign in so you can see a little bit of what you get. So it's just a click. If you have a Gmail, you can just do a one-click sign in. You can also change this if you want it to be dark mode. Sometimes people like that. Someone change it back. And it has all this stuff. So it has your dashboard, which just gives you a snapshot of what you've added to it. It has what each feature does. So it explains every single feature here. Anytime you need to use that, and then you can open it for more information to get to that page. It has your setup snapshot. So when you signed in, you said, oh, I've made this much money on my own. I dot, 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 and it gives you a readiness score. And so it'll show you that so you can see it even after you fill that out. This is really cool. You're going to love this. This is a setup assistant. So you can use these starter questions like, what should I do next based on my current stage? Because you put in information so it knows it. What am I missing before tax time? Should I be thinking about an LLC yet? Explain sole proprietor versus LLC simply. So that's what I did here. And to answer your question, a sole proprietor is the default setup when you start earning money from your own business and haven't formed a separate business entity. It's not a special filing. You and the business are basically treated as the same person for business tax purposes. Common for freelancers, coaches, creators, and solo service providers just starting out. An LLC is a legal business structure you form with your state. This is US. It creates a separate business entity. People often use it for liability separation, professionalism, and business organization, so they feel more professional. It does not automatically change how you're taxed. An LLC can still be taxed like a sole proprietor by default if it's a single member LLC. Here are the key differences. A sole proprietor is no separate entity formed. An LLC is a state formed business entity. An important myth to clear up is that an LLC is not automatically a tax saver. Many beginners think that LLC equals pay less tax, but that's not necessarily true. The main reasons people consider an LLC are usually legal liability protection goals, separating business from personal life, looking more established to clients. So there gives an example, and you can click this yourself and learn more about it. But it says a simple example. If you start a freelance design work tomorrow, let's say you do a $300 lovable page like I've taught you to do, you're usually a sole proprietor by default. If later you form Blue Sky Design LLC with your state, your business becomes an LLC. For taxes, it may still be treated similarly unless you choose a different tax classification. So when people usually ask a CPA or attorney, do I need an LLC for my kind of work? What does an LLC cost in my state, etc. So then it says it can give a side-by-side table and it goes on and on. There's so much more you can do there. So use this to help you with these questions. But look at how much is given to you on the sidebar here. This also works on mobile and you can use it anywhere and anytime. It also gives you setup readiness. So you click on these and you get different setup things. And then this is for you if you're outside of the US. Then there's the track money. Really amazing. I mean, this obviously I thought about charging for this. Okay. I always think about charging for this. But I decided to have a different business model. And my business model is because I don't want to just give you one more thing that you have to pay for on a monthly basis, which I could have done. It is free for you to use, just simply free. The business model is if you go to the business marketplace, you can I have my two different paid products that I'm promoting throughout the site, 360 Pass inside of your first 5K and a 30xpro.com. But you can also, if you want to be featured here, you can list your business. And there will be people who pay me $199, $299, $497, depending on which type of feature they want per month. You don't have any contracts. You can stop at any time. And if you do this, you actually get a dashboard in your profile that tells you how many clicks your particular feature got. So you can do this for one or even more than one products, websites, maybe even a video that you want people to look at when it comes to like go to this YouTube video, and you can set it up here. And we're going to have thousands of people who are using this free site, so there will be people who will see your resource. So that is the business model as of today, and the pricing is always subject to go up. But for everybody to just use this, it's free. So we also have some resources in third party, so you can see that. If you are someone who is at a business, a larger business, multi-million dollar business, you can get in touch with me at arlanhamilton@gmail.com, my full name at Gmail, and we can talk about sponsorship. I'm totally down for that. And then there's lessons and there's all sorts of things. So you have plan and grow. There's just everything you need, basically. And really just doing this because I want you to have information. Beyonce says, come on, ladies, let's get information. I think she's saying, let's get information, right? She's also saying that. So it's important that the more information we have, the stronger we are, the more confident we are, and you can know exactly what to do next. Now, I suggest you go to this. Don't let it overwhelm you. There is a lot there, But all you have to do is the start here section. Just go to the start here section just so you can have the answer to your particular question. Go to the setup assistant, which is that AI that I just showed you. Just have answers to your particular question. And that if nothing else, you can do that. Head over to the marketplace, see if there's anybody who will help you, anybody that you want to work with, who's set up something, and we'll go from there. This is just day one, so we'll build it over time, and you can always go into your first 5K to get that group help that you know you love, and more than 30,000 people are in there right now. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if this has been helpful, if this is something that you're going to use. If you sign up for it, let me know in the comments so everybody knows that people are signing up, and I'll see you soon.